What we have seen in Ukraine is that front lines are moving very quickly, and this requires the assistance of the IKRK, given that it is within our mandate to work directly in conflict zones. As head of operations, I oversee a number of programs, one of them called the PWDs, which stands for Patients with Disabilities. Though the name is misleading, because as the program progressed and evolved, we realized that the population that we were actually assisting was much bigger than only profiles of patients with disabilities. Per se, the IKRK does not have a specialization in ambulances. We have expertise in working in conflict, highly volatile areas. We have the ability to have access. We have the knowledge of the field. In this particular case of the conflict in Ukraine, has also raised a number of complexities. However, our access in the areas where we are aiming at the moment has been maintained. The German Red Cross and MDA, on the other hand, have an expertise in ambulance systems in general. As such, under the umbrella of the IKRK, the German Red Cross and MDA have brought their specialized paramedics to work within Ukraine, together with the Ukrainian Red Cross. And here again, it's not only one branch, but it is two branches, one in Odessa and one in Mykolaiv. Mykolaiv is very particular, and the reason why we chose it is because it is the closest to the front lines. With shellings are regular, and populations are actually very close to the conflict. The road is long, the road is not great. It is not easy to transport a population that is so fragile with such intense level of vulnerabilities. However, as it evolved, realized that there are also people who are sick, there are also people who are bedridden, there are also people who are very advanced in age, elderlies. And in that sense, it takes a very high level of cooperation and coordination, because for us, we want to be able to do it with dignity. It is not only about taking people out of their places, but also ensuring that the process in itself is also done with respect and also safeguards their own protection needs, which are many in this particular case. Their level of vulnerability is so obvious. The second you see them, for me to the very least, is you realize why we're here. We have realized that all of this population actually is often left behind. They're not left behind because they had no one. They were not left behind because no one cared about them. But they were left behind because families had to save themselves. Some respond with so much excitement, others with so much fear. But they don't know. And they don't know what's coming. You know, we know where they're heading. There's a list of 18 countries. That's where they're going. It's one of them. But then you realize once they arrive there, they're alone. There's no more family. There's no more friends. You know, they don't even speak the same language. They don't even know where the grocery shop is. You know, and it's these very basic things that may seem so mundane, but at the end, that's life. It's not the big things. It's the little routine that they have, especially as I say, some of them have never left Mykolaiv. That has been their whole life. And all of a sudden, they're uprooted within 3 months' notice, literally, since the war started. And once they start with us, it's within 1 week. They have to decide often. And we do try to give them the time to be able to do that, of course, but knowing and keeping in mind that front lines change and they shift quickly. And today we have access. This week, for instance, we had to cancel a few evacuations because of shelling. This is a very beautiful program. It's beautiful for many reasons, primarily because it has a direct impact on the patients, because it touches the very core of the mandate of the IKRK and enables the IKRK to do things that nobody else can. But the second component of why it is so beautiful is to see the cooperation between different aspects of the movement within the Red Cross movement, but also coordination with other countries and other organizations.